Hello guys, how's it going? Your boy ManTXD, and today I'm very proud to announce the new member of Gwent City. You probably already know if you've been around, but here it is, making it official. DevilDriven, how you doing, bro?
I'm here.
That's great, man. Like, first of all, we're making this video just so we can make it official, so you can be an official member of Gwent City. I just want to say that a lot of people love your videos, a lot of people love the content that you do, and the feedback that you give into the community, and that is something that Gwent City wants to encourage and give more. So let's talk a little bit about yourself, bro. For those who don't know you, can you tell us a little bit about your card game history, pretty much?
Um, like most people, I started out playing Hearthstone. I played World of Warcraft when I was younger, and I've seen they made a card game and it had all the, you know, characters that I used to beat the crap out of in raids and stuff. I was like, oh, I can get into this, and I played it for a while, but like most people, it kind of fades because of the just extreme randomness that it has in
Yes.
it. But yeah, and then I played Duelist for a while. I was a team captain for Team Wars for a couple years. We made it to the playoffs a couple times. That was a lot of fun. I'm glad to see that the Gwentelman Invitational has happened, and that's what I've really wanted to see is just a group of guys, get together and try and beat other teams. You know what I mean? It's great to see like a competitive side, but in a team format, and I'm really excited to see that. But and then I switched over to Gwent. Um, I watched it, and the thing that caught my eye the most is not having to deal with any type of mana restrictions. You could build your deck, you know, you can play all your cards. It's not like any other game where like, oh, turn 4 you're dead. It's like even if you can, and if you watch our videos, I mean, like sometimes we're 50 points down and out of nowhere just boom, you come right back with the synergy that you build within your deck as long as you craft that deck properly. So it's just I love the game. I think it's great. Everybody in the community is amazing. And the thing that I love too is the the people that are involved with it, like Burza and Rethis and stuff. They actually like interact with you, and I mean they have so many things going on, but they take time out of your day to answer your questions and just throw you a how's it going and this is great. I just think it's amazing, for a huge company like CDPR to just have people set in place that you know Rethis answering questions on Reddit, Berza throwing out, teasers and stuff on, streams on a regular basis. It's like no other
Yeah.
company does that. It's just,
Yeah.
I love to be affiliated with the game, and, even better, I'm happy to be affiliated with Gwent City. We've been working together for a while. We work well, and, when you want to have great things happen, you surround yourself with great people, and there's definitely a lot of great people in Gwent City. So thank you
Oh
for
man.
welcoming me
No,
aboard. I
trust me.
really appreciate it.
Trust me, it's our pleasure. And just for that, let me take this moment to say huge shout out to the developers, because that is true. You guys are very passionate about what you do, and it really shows. And not just that, but the extra effort and the extra mile that you guys go to interact with your community is great. Shout out to Boris as well, guys. You guys are doing an amazing job. But let's get back a little bit to you, and you've been doing content for Win for a little bit. What content do you like to do? Would you like to keep going, or what kind of content would you like to start creating that you haven't seen?
Um, One thing I'd like to start is, we have so many amazing, players on the Gwent City team that create these amazing decks. Tragic Star, I was telling Gwent to Town, he's like the mad scientist of Gwent City. He comes up with these decks, and it's just like, and these, he crafts these decks for, people, like Vash and Pride and, Ancient Silence for these tournaments, and they win with them. You know what I mean? I'd like to, showcase these decks, of course, after you guys, play them in the tournament and don't release the cat out of the bag. But, just to show you how it works in their mindset, I think that's great. A lot of people, they, put out videos, they make deck lists, but I really don't see too much, tournament, video like tech stuff. I'd like to see that. I love our Build It Up series. I think it's great. Like I always say, man, it's the highlight of my week. We just have so much fun with it. So that definitely got to keep going. But, other than that, I mean, there's so many endless possibilities. The game's coming out with new cards. So I'm sure we'll come up with some other stuff. But, right now that's pretty good. And keeping up with, the new cards and, any type of patch changes or anything, throwing a little video out here and there, letting you know the updates and stuff. I'm sure we'll do that as well.
Yeah. Now, for a YouTube standard live, both of our channels are very young, and probably this question we still don't have an answer yet, but I would like to ask it. What can you tell to somebody who's starting a YouTube channel about Gwent and somewhat might run into troubles or anything? What can you tell to new content providers?
Because I've never done nothing like this. I made a couple videos for, other games, just to here and there, just to, like, the highlight reel, like, oh, look what I did, but I've never really done a daily, I try to put out a video every day, but I've never really put a video out every day. And it's kind of hard to do, but you just have to stick with it, come up with a format that works for you. I try to put out one for each faction, a week, and, something a little bit different. But one thing I would suggest, though, is I was doing it every day. I would take one day just to chill out, you know what I mean? Because you will have when you put yourself out there on the internet, you're going to have people that are going to, tell you, you played this wrong or you did this wrong and this and that, you know what I mean? And one thing that I noticed too, that like, I do that some other channels do, like I put my losses on there, you know what I mean? I watch other people play, people lose in this game. If you think that people go, 85% win rate with this, you're, crazy. So, you're gonna lose. You have to realize that. But you know what I mean? It's like you just have to learn from your mistakes. I feel people learn a lot from my mistakes because like I said, I put some of my losses on there. You know what I mean? It's like, it's part of the game. It's like the old PFI card, which is coming back. You can try to win them all, but you won't.
That's right.
So,
And
just don't get discouraged. That's all.
Yeah, that's a really good sign of like how the game works. If you're winning like every single time, that means that there is something wrong with the game. Not necessarily I'm not bashing on somebody's skill, but the fact that it's a card game and you have like a 100% win rate, that is nonsense. Nobody has that. I'll tell you that.
The only time that happened was when we had the shroom bug and somebody won went all the way to the top of the leaderboard one day because they were abusing a bug. But it's like, you're not going to win all these games, even with an optimal, tier 1 deck list. It's not going to happen. Somebody's going to find something that's going to counter it. You know what I mean? If you have like a 60% win rate, you're doing really well. So
that's right, man. Yeah.
Don't feel like, oh man, I lost 4 in a row, uninstall. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's gonna happen, man. It's just gonna happen.
What about for all, let's say some viewers that just happen to jump into this video and they're new to Gwent? What can you tell them?
Well, if you're new to card games in general, this game has kind of a higher curve, I guess, but it doesn't deal with mana. It's just you have to. It's more complex than you think. Like the first time that I played it, it was, back in closed beta, and somebody played Burn a Brand on me and gave me like, I think she was plus 12 gold strength. I'm like, what is this guy doing? You know what I mean? I'm like, why is he giving me strength? And then he had like 3 cards up on me and I lost, and I was like, oh, this is how it works. I understand now. You know what I mean? So you just have to feel the game out and, understand that, there's a lot more aspects to it than just throwing a bunch of big bodies on the, board and winning. There's, synergies and, different archetypes that you play, and you just have to find the one that you like and you feel comfortable playing. That's what I did. I started out, I was always playing Queensguard and Weather monsters when I first started, but that's when, Weather turned everything to ones and everything else. But, the game's, little by little changing, and you just have to realize that it's still in beta, so changes are going to happen, and you have to just kind of flow with the punches.
Definitely. Let me tell you, I started a humble road, dude. Like, I lost like 20 games in a row and I was like discouraged. But you know what? I realized that, like you said, I was losing, but I was learning. And that was very important as far as my personal development. Eventually, like, the game just clicked, and it was much better for me because I was constantly challenging myself and constantly trying to challenge the meta. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Uh, Now, as far as content for Gwent City, would you like to do a series and specifically, or just simply on continue with what we're doing?
We'll see how it goes. I mean, so far the way I think we have it set up now, where we do like, the build it up on your channel, and then, the training day video, with, either you or someone
Mm-hmm.
else from the Gwent City team. I think that works out pretty well. But, you know, coming up with something else, on a weekly basis, we'll just have to, you know, sit down and figure something out on what else we could do, and, it'd be nice to get something with the Gwent City community involved, with,
Mm-hmm.
deck suggestions or, things like that. That I think would be great. If people would, want to, have us play a list or do like a deck doctor thing. Like, here's what I came
That
up
would
with,
be cool. Yeah.
try and, fix it. Or if we, start, slaughtering, people on the ladder, hey, you came up with the meta. Congratulations. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's
It's like,
actually very important. That also we rely on people's feedback. So if you guys have an idea, if you guys have a deck, make sure you leave it in the comment section. We read all the comments. Sometimes it takes us a little bit to answer, but that's because sometimes we're not here. But
right.
we care, we listen, and we always try to progress. Well, once again, DevilDriven, thank you so much for joining us, man. You're a monster. You're a great person right here. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for joining us. Anything you would like to tell the viewers?
Oh, like always, man, if you're new to the channel, hit the like and subscribe button, man. We're here for you. We're gonna do what we can to make this game great, and try and help you out along the way. That's what we're here for. So thank you, and we will see you guys here very soon.
And that's a promise. See you next time.